What's going on? Zach here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. How you guys doing? Welcome to the video, sending some positive vibes, warm love your way. Warm love your way this holiday season. Happy holidays to all of you guys. Today we're gonna go ahead and rank. This is probably the most difficult video of the year. What a way to end 2021 by ranking the top 10 Magic Affinity champions inside the I did Force Affinity rankings, top 10, from 10 to 1, the proverbial countdown, a couple weeks ago, and that was really fun, the Force Affinity champions. It was fun because I love Force Affinity. Magic is fun, but it's also stressful because there's so many dang good Magic Affinity champions inside the game. So, honorable mention to every single nuker that I'm basically leaving off the list, maybe with the exception of one, kinda, sorta. I feel like nukers, AoE nukers like Trunda, like Biggin, like Ignatius, you know, they bring a lot other than just AoE nukes to the table, don't get me wrong, but I have to draw the line somewhere. You guys do the exercise. You give me your top 10 Magic Affinity champions. It is difficult. I put a list of like 20 champions who I really like together, and yeah, well, it was 20 champions, so I had to make 10 cuts. Anyway, guys, let's start with number 10. One of the only two epics on our list today is going to be Dark Kale. Dark Kale is a Doom Tower champion, Doom Tower normal. I put out a guide on Dark Kale. I know that the majority of you guys, I think based on my last community tab poll, I want to say maybe 10% of you guys have Dark Kale, but when you get him, trust me, it will be worth it. He has these instant activations of poison and HP burn on his A1. That's a lot of damage. On his A2, an AoE decrease attack. Each critical hit has a 75% chance, make it 100% of increasing the duration of all debuffs on the target by 1 turn. It's a monster ability on a 3-turn cooldown. And then we have poison, make it 3 poisons and a poison sensitivity on his A3. Also some playing around with crit rate, which 15% crit rate is how much bosses have as long as they're under 2 or more poison debuffs, so mitigating damage in that regard as well. Dark Kale is a boss, man, one of the better champions added here in 2021 to the entire game. Number 9, well, what do you know? It just so happens to be the other epic champion. Rip, feels bad, man. Turns out legendaries are really good in the game.
Was that supposed to be a joke? 'Cause I'm not laughing.
It's one of my faves, man. It is none other than Hugo. You guys know I'm a massive fan of Hugo. She's a beast. She's one of my favorite champions in the game, let alone added this year, Leech on the A1 and AoE decreased defense and the block buffs. We talk about it a lot here on 3-turn cooldown. You gotta bring something more than just decreased defense nowadays, right? Back in the day, 2 years ago, you OG players, you remember, hey, decreased defense on an AoE? Sign me up. That's it. S-tier champion right out the gate. But now you need something a little bit more because they're a dime a dozen, these decreased defense champions. But Hugo has way more to offer, right? She has block buffs on all enemies. That's so good. This skill right here is so nasty, so effective. Removes all heal reductions and then another debuff from all allies, then heals them 20% of this champion's max HP. So you can build her with a lot of HP, get a massive heal off on a 4-turn cooldown, and then she has that kind of ally revival if she's the last woman standing. She also has the increased speed and block damage if she's the last living ally alive. So pretty cool. Hugo is insanely good, really solid base stats. What else is there to say about Hugo? I have a little crush on Hugo, if you can't tell.
Guess you and her are engaged now, huh?
What?
Well, 'cause you just gave me a ring, motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
Number 8, we're entering into the legendary zone. All right, we have a lizard man here, guys. Man, you could argue I'm snubbing Draco Morph by putting him number 8. But again, there's a lot of, you know, decreased defense. There's a lot of weakened champions out there. But Draco still is definitely on the list, man. Draco Morph has a very hard-hitting A1. On his A2, he has 4 poisons. 4 poisons. Dude deals a tremendous amount of damage, not just because of his A1, hard hitting, did I mention that? But also his A2. There's poison on poison on poison on poison on a 3-turn cooldown. And then he has weaken and decreased defense on a 3-turn cooldown as well. Talking about a ton of damage, talking about the 2 biggest damage debuffs and then a bunch of poisons to pile on as well. Dracomorph, I run him in a Relentless set, and this guy is a monster. All right, coming in at number 7 is a dwarf. Anybody want to guess? It's actually Herndig. Herndig, another kind of newish champion now in the last year at least. This dude, again, deals a bunch of damage, right? A really, really crazy multipliers behind Herndig. He has an AoE decreased defense and decreased accuracy, dealing a ton of damage. Great multipliers. But wait, there's more. We have Stasis Strike on a 4-turn cooldown. He is fully depleting the target's turn meter. Also attacking all enemies as long as the first attack is critical. The AoE attack has a 75% chance, making 100 when booked, of placing weakened for 2 turns. Hey, we'll also place HP burn for 2 turns after the attack on enemies whose turn meter are below 30%. Oh my god, he does it all. This is an insane ability here, guys. And his A2 is great as well. Fills his champion's turn meter by 10% for every time they are hit. Occurs once per hit. Also fills his champion's turn meter by 20% whenever an ally dies, man. Herndig, what a monster. I don't have him on my main account, as you guys can see, but I do have him on my free-to-play. Ironically, I have Herndig and Samar Gem Cursed on my free-to-play account. All right, coming in at number 6 is going to be another champion I don't have, so you can't say I'm biased against champions I do have. It's actually, Tyrant Ixlamore.
Joe. Just call me Joe.
Tyrant Ixlamore on his A1 attacks 1 enemy. You know what? Some savvy viewers may have noticed that every single time I've mentioned Tyrant's name, I've always called him Tyrant. This is the first time that I attempted the last name on a video because I'm in the mood to embarrass myself, ladies and gentlemen, like I do every other video.
All I want is nothing more.
On the A2, we have an AoE attack with HP burn debuff on all enemies for 3 turns. Count them, 3 turns, damage based on defense, and the cooldown is 3 turns. What a beast ability. And then there's more again, ally protect and increased defense on a 3 turn on all allies. Man, this guy is really, really good. Damage decrease inflicted by enemies under HP burn by 10%. Wow, so damage mitigation as well. He has HP burn. It's on a 3-turn cooldown. It lasts 3 turns. It's always up. Ergo, we are always having that HP burn damage mitigation. This guy is a monster. HP in all battles by 25%. He's number 6. Coming in at number 5. Drumroll, please. We're entering into the top 5. Lady Kimmy. Lady Kimmy is a monster as well. I got so lucky to pull her early on. I still remember when I pulled her. Look at these base stats, guys. 20k HP, 1000 attack, whatever, 1100 defense, 115 speed. That makes her tied for the fastest champion in the game, ladies and gentlemen. She has a very, very cool A1, turn meter all over the place, an A2 with a decreased accuracy, decreased speed, and AoE attack, decreased turn meter as well, on a 3-turn cooldown. You come back into the A3, hey, it's flipping it in reverse, right? We have increased accuracy, we have increased speed on a 4-turn cooldown, also filling turn meter, and then placing block buffs for 2 turns on all enemies who have buffs removed. Whoa, 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 Lady Kimmy. Thank you very much. Whenever the champion places a debuff on an enemy, decrease the enemy's turn meter by 5% for each debuff placed. And then whenever this champion or ally receives a buff, it fills their turn meter by 5% for each debuff received. Not buff, debuff. So she has that a passive with more turn meter. She's a turn meter speed queen, a monster. She has speed on the Aura and Doom Tower battles by 30% as well. One of the best in the game. Lady Kimmy she does it all, and she's incredibly fast. She's a very, very, very good champion. Number 4, Ninja, another free champion that all of you guys have. Hopefully none of you poor suckers are watching this video after you just downloaded last week. You'll never get Ninja, but I love you just the same. Ninja is so good, man. A1 with decreased defense, A2 hail burn, 3-turn cooldown, HP burn. Amazing, right? Perfect Veil, fantastic. But when used against bosses, this will instantly activate any HP burn debuffs, including HP burn placed by this skill. What does that mean? It means a ton of damage against every boss in the game. This dude is a boss killer, a monster. An AoE freeze on the A3 when targeting a boss will only attack the boss, not all enemies, and ignore 50% of the target's defense. Will also decrease the cooldown of that A3 again. even more damage. And then we have this passive every time he uses each of these skills in single round, he's increasing his attack and his crit damage. This guy's just an all-around, just one of my favorite champions in the game. Speaking of favorite champions in the game, we're moving into the top 3, guys. I'm biased, but I'm not that biased. I'm not putting her number 1, but my baby Syl the Drake, sweetie. How you doing, Syl? She's amazing. Decreased speed on the A1. How many times have I gone over Syl the Drake's kid? It's just so incredibly good. We have decreasing turn meter and decreased speed on the A1. We have an A2 of an AoE stun. We have a revival with an ally protect. We have a heal every single turn. Heck, why not just add some increased speed to her kit on top of all of that? And again, like Ninja, she's free for everybody. She's free for everybody. Syl the Drake's the best thing that Plarium has ever done inside Raid Shadow Legends. That's it, the best of the best. Man, she's good. Okay, wow. Take a breath, Ash. Whew, whew. Going into the top 2, number 2 is gonna be Under Priest Brogni. The fusion that's always, forever going to haunt me in this game. Brogster! This guy's a monster, man. I wish I had him so badly. On his A1, he has HP burn, no big deal. In A2, an AoE attack, removing a random buff from all enemies, chance of removing debuffs from allies, and then increases the value of shield on all allies by 30% of the damage inflicted on the A3. We got block debuffs. We got increased attack. It's 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Exactly what we're looking for. Also place a shield buff on all allies equal to 2 turns, equal to 30% of the champion's max HP. The shield cannot be removed. And the passive, whenever an ally under a shield is attacked, reflects 25% of the damage back to the attacker. Also heals that ally by 25% of the damage inflicted onto the shield. Dude, that's some amazing damage opportunity because of the reflect. Nice to have. You also get the heal. Man, Brogni is a beast. I put him at number 2. Am I too high on Brogni? You guys go ahead and let me know. The number 1 Magic Affinity champion in the game. Who do you guys think it is? I love you, Trunda. It's not Trunda. I love you, Rotos. It's not Rotos. I love you, Crypt King. It's not you. Honorable mention, though. Narma, you're not even in contention. But she's not trash, but she's not in contention. Who do you guys think it is? Who is it? Okay, it's pretty obvious. If you know me, I think the number 1 Magic Affinity in the game is none other than Prince Khaimar. Prince Khaimar is so good because you can really use this guy everywhere and anywhere in the game. So just in terms of utility, he is an S tier arena champion, S tier. And then he's an S tier speed farmer for Doom Tower waves. He's great against bosses, great against dragon. You can use him against clan boss. He's just amazing. He has an AoE with poison on his A1. On his A2, he has an attack all enemies on a 3-turn cooldown, removing all buffs, and then puts them to sleep. What a great setup play for the arena. Oh, speaking of arena, we also have increased speed in the arena by 30%, the same aura lead as Arbiter. Very, very good. Not the best in the game, but very close too. On the A3, and this is the magic pun, I guess, intended, of Prince Khaimar. Seal of Magic, as a matter of fact, resets the cooldown of all ally skills, and while we're at it, let's fill the turn meter of all allies except himself by 20%. Seal of Magic just lets everybody do what they do best more often, way more often. Seal of Magic is it's the best of all the reset, all ally skills inside the entire game, and just the overall utility on this champion is tremendous. I vote Prince Khaimar. With all due respect to my girl, you know, I hope we work this out. You know, it's gonna be an awkward ride home after this video, but it is what it is.
You'll be lucky if you get to see me tomorrow.
So who did I snub? You guys go ahead and let me know. Who did I just totally miss off this list? Let me know. Again, with all due respect to all the nukers in the game, I do believe that finding a great AoE nuker, Genbo, the Dishonored, he's a great champion. You can use him as your arena nuker instead of Trunda. Trunda can bring more than just being an arena nuker, don't get me wrong. But I feel like now, even OP Void legendaries like Leorius the Proud, for example, he's allowing people to have lucky people who can pull them. allowing them to have even more options. Magnar on a go second team. There's more options than there used to be a year ago for an arena nuker. So I feel like in that area, all nukers kind of took a little bit of a step back in terms of their overall power kind of ranking and index. Anyway, guys, I've rambled on long enough. Thank you for watching all the way till the end of the video. Appreciate you guys. And as always, take care, guys.